Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be filming my MAC lipstick collection. I'm going to be doing a try on with all of these shades, giving you like my thoughts on them and letting you know whether or not they are permanent products or limited edition. And I definitely have more limited edition ones than I do permanent ones, which might be a little bit annoying. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway at the very end of this video for some MAC lipsticks, so stay tuned for that. All right, let's start out this MAC lipstick collection video with my absolute favorite shade, and that is Relentlessly Red. This is a pink red with a very neon tone to it. It is their retro matte formula, which can be a little bit stiff to apply, but the color is so freaking beautiful that I would do anything to make this lip color work. There's something about this color that's just really vibrant, neon, and beautiful that it just makes me happy, and that's really all I'm looking for in a lipstick. Next up is the color Shy Girl, and this is one of the colors that the makeup artist at MAC actually used on me for my wedding day. She put it on top of another shade that's coming next. This was a weird shade for me at the time, 6-7 years ago, because it's a nude, and looking in the viewfinder, I like the look of it now, but back then I remember thinking that it looked a little bit too peach for my skin. I thought it just looked like not right for me. I am happy with the color over the years though, and as you can tell, I've used up quite a bit of the bullet. This is a cream sheen formula, which means that it is comfortable to wear, but it does slide around a little bit more, which over the years I've just preferred something that stays put longer, like a matte. That being said though, do love the color. Next up is the color Brave, and as I just mentioned with Shy Girl, this was another color that was used on me for my wedding day. This was applied first and then Shy Girl was applied over top, and it's not a color that I would have picked for myself, so I'm glad that the makeup artist chose something that is beautiful, but you know, not something too, I want to say overstated. This is a gorgeous, for me, honestly, kind of neutral, natural color that just emphasizes the color of my lips without making them too in your face. This is a satin formula, which means that it is more likely to stay put, unlike a cream sheen. And I have used this bullet quite a bit over the years as well. I tend to think of this shade as a rosy brown. It's funny, I used to think it was darker than it actually is, and now that I'm looking at it in bright lights with the viewfinder, it actually looks quite pale. Still, beautiful, beautiful color. All right, next up is the color Dark Side, and this is a beautiful color, but I just cannot with the formula. This is the amplified finish by MAC, which is very comfortable to wear and very creamy to apply, but because of that, a color like this does not stay put. It'll slide around and start bleeding, even if I use a lip liner, which makes me kind of uncomfortable. And again, also with a lip primer, I also have that bleed out problem. And it's sad too, because I really, really wanted to enjoy this shade, but I just can't handle how high maintenance it is. Next up is another favorite of mine, and this is the infamous Russian Red. This color is everything in terms of red lipstick for me. It is comfortable to wear, it's a matte formula, it stays put, and it is always seasonally appropriate during the Christmas and holiday season. I get so much use out of this come November and December that I've practically finished the bullet already. Granted, it wasn't bought this year, but it is probably my most used MAC lipstick. There's something also really identifiable about the tone of this lipstick. It is one of the easiest to pick out on people if they're wearing it. Like there was a few times at work where somebody was wearing a red lipstick and I'm like, is that MAC's Russian Red? And they were like, whoa, how did you know? There's just something about this shade. And it really seems to suit just about everybody who puts it on. Next up is Myth, and this thing is horrendous on me. I bought this years ago when it blew up on YouTube as like the lip color, and I just look atrocious in it. This is like the ultimate concealer lips. I think I look better with concealer on my lips than I do with Myth. Oh, I just hate this one. I've tried so hard to make this one work. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of the bullet, because every time I apply it, I'm like, okay, it's gonna work this time. And then I look at my makeup and I'm like, absolutely not. You cannot leave the house wearing that lipstick. So I've tried to make this work, but I just, no. All right, so those are the end of my permanent MAC lipsticks. I'm gonna go on to the limited edition ones now. The first limited edition shade I have here is Barbecue, and I love this color. This is probably my most flattering orange shade to wear. There is a hint of tomato red to it, but I do think of this more as an orange. I think it's been released a few times now. It first came out in one collection one year. What year was that? 2014, and I think it got re-released in 2016 with another collection. I get so much use out of this as soon as the weather starts to warm up. I really like wearing it in like late winter, early spring. Next up is the shade Mystical from the Alluring Aquatics collection, and this collection was just stunning. It had the like teal packaging with water droplets on it. So pretty. I didn't pick up a ton of products from that collection, but I did want to own a few things, and the item that appealed to me so much out of the lipsticks was this shade Mystical. It's kind of a bit understated for a summer collection because I mean it's really kind of just your lips but better, but I wore this shade so much, especially in 2015. I got a ton of use out of it that year because it's such an easy color to apply. It matches every sort of eye look, and I think it's quite flattering. Next up is the shade Burmese Kiss from the, I think it was the Bao Bao Wan collection. I love these kind of colors. This kind of neon pink coral just screams my name every single time, and I want to own basically every lipstick in this color. It's a matte formula, which is even better because I love wearing matte formulas because they stay put and they just, I don't have to worry about it nearly as much. This shade was stunning and it sold out so fast. I really hope they re-release it in years to come because it's a gorgeous one. This is part of the Viva Glam collection, and it's the Rihanna 2 shade. It is a frost, and it's funny, I see this as a tarnished silver gray brown, but I did wear this to work and people thought I had blue lipstick on. So tell me what you see. Do you see blue or do you see more of like a darkened pewter silver? It's not the most flattering to wear, and it's quite patchy. Like you have to layer a lot of this on in order to get relatively even pigment. And I can't say that I've worn this very much. I think this might be the third time that I'm putting it on. I probably tried it on once, wore it to work the other time, and I think this is the third time. Next up is Kinky, which in my opinion is pretty much a dupe for Russian Red. They are practically the same tone. I would say maybe there's like a faint hint of pink more in this shade, but I mean, I don't think anyone would ever notice the difference between the two. This is a matte formula as well, which makes it comfortable and long wearing. And it was part of their Kinky Boots release in, looks like 2014. This is LLAP, which was part of their Star Trek collection, which stands for Live Long and Prosper. And it's, I think they called it something different, but I see a rose gold with an emphasis on the gold. It is a frost formula, which means it's a little bit shimmery and maybe not always what people are looking for in a lipstick, but I found this one really appealing. I've worn this several times and been really happy with how my lips looked. It's a little bit strange, maybe a little bit weird, which fits with the Star Trek theme, but I liked it for day-to-day wear. This one is Nice to Meet You, and it was part of the 2016 Flamingo Park collection, which had a ton of beautiful products in there. Not just lipsticks too, the blushes were incredible. I don't pull this one out enough, and I need to because the color is beautiful. I think it's more of a spring shade, so I might start pulling it out maybe in February, something like that. It is a cream sheen, I think. Actually, this one's a PR sample, so it doesn't say on the back. They only ever give you the name and then it says sample if it's a PR sample. You never know the finish or when it was manufactured. I think it's a cream sheen because it's super, yeah, it's very emollient and comfortable to wear, and the color is gorgeous. The next shade is By Special Order, and again, this is a really nice pink that I just don't think to pull out very often. Something about true pinks that I don't know, I don't gravitate towards them, even though they do look really pretty. Again, it must be a cream sheen because it is very comfortable to wear. This next one is a Stylist Tip, and this is my only purple lipstick by MAC, but it's a very comfortable one to wear, and it's got a bit of a pink tinge to it that I think makes it a little bit more wearable than a straight purple. I also tend to pair this with very dark green emerald eyes, and it might be a little bit too much color for some people, like green and then purple, but for whatever reason, it really works out with this color. The next shade is Liquid Lurex, and I can tell you right now, it is not layering very well with the number of lipsticks that I've put on and then tried to clear them off and then put foundation on my lips. So if you're looking at it right now and a little bit like, ugh, it doesn't normally look this weird. There's just some pink undertone happening to it. Anyway, Liquid Lurex is a dazzle lipstick, which I had no experience with before this one, and it's basically just like a multi-glitter lipstick. Like the particles are suspended in a lipstick formula so that you can wear it. There's like tarnished green, gold, and almost like pink particles in this. It's a weird lipstick. It's more of a topper than it is anything else, but I think it's fun to wear regardless. And lastly, we have Babes and Balls, which is, I would say, more of a purple, although the bullet looks more red. And I think maybe because it's layering with all of the stages of lipstick I've had on my lips at this point. Regardless, this is a beautiful and comfortable shade to wear. It stays put very nicely. The color lasts all day. It was definitely one of the good ones from the MAC It's a Strike collection. All right, so those are all of my MAC lipsticks. Hopefully you enjoyed hearing about my collection. But now on to the giveaway. I have enough products to do a back to MAC for 4 lipsticks. And I thought I would just give them away because I really don't need more lipstick in my life. So the way this is going to work is that whoever wins this giveaway is going to have the choice of picking 2 lipsticks that they want from the permanent line, and I'm going to choose 2 lipsticks for them as well. The 2 colors that I'm picking are going to be Russian Red and Relentlessly Red because they are my absolute favorites. Now, whoever wins can choose any colors that they want. They don't have to be ones that were mentioned in the permanent part of this video, but they do have to be part of MAC's permanent range of lipsticks because I don't think MAC's going to let me return my items and get a limited edition item. So just keep that in mind when you're browsing through MAC's website trying to figure out which shades you would want to wear. I will have all of the details listed down below just in case I forget to say something, but this giveaway is open internationally. It will be open for 2 weeks and the winner will be contacted directly by me. You do have to enter on my blog. I will have a link down below that will go to that blog entry where you'll be able to fill in a Rafflecopter entry form that will give you all kinds of options on how to enter this. So that's going to be it for this video. Good luck to everyone who enters and I will talk to you next time. Bye.